Main Street is social media. Online reviews is your destination island.
Yeah, we can't neglect the reviews.
No.
But if we want to grow, we have to be on Main Street. And that right now is social media.
Welcome to Success Confidentials.
9 minutes every week that'll level up your practice. If you're a healthcare visionary obsessed with patient experience, team culture, marketing, and growth, you're in the right place.
We are too. We're Lauren
and Christine,
the patient whisperers. We worked together for 4 years as leaders in a real premium practice.
We did not play in the traditional healthcare sandbox and believe human emotions drive all success, and it really, really worked. We grew our cash pay practice an average 60% year over year.
And on social media, we grew our followers from 1,000 to 14,000 in just 2 years, generating millions in annual revenue from social media alone.
So now we're out here sharing what made us wildly successful so you can be too.
Let's have some fun.
Let's dive in.
Christine and I recently published an article talking about online reputation. So we wanted to talk about that today, but specifically how online reputation is more social than you think.
This is so important because in healthcare, we're very familiar with the term online reputation. And we think of it as just our online patient reviews. But guys, it's 2023 and that is not the case anymore. Reviews are obviously super crazy important. But the problem is they don't build your reputation. They just manage it. They're only for the people who are looking at your reputation. Truly building a reputation online happens when you reach new people who aren't even looking for you yet. And that happens on social media.
Today's conversation is really going to help you understand the difference between managing a reputation versus building a reputation and reaching new people.
Which is the difference between a little bit of growth every year and massive growth every year, which we know all too well. Thinking back to when I started in practice, I obsessed over our online reviews. I knew Google was the #1 source patients referred to, and so I made sure we had excellent Google reviews. I felt like our brand reputation was as good as it could be online. But I was wrong because we weren't growing as fast as I wanted us to. And it wasn't until I figured out that our online reputation was built on a different platform. It's managed on Google. That's where people were going to go to look to see what our reputation was. But before they even got there, people were on social media. And so I wasn't building a reputation with new people. I was just managing it with people who were already looking for us anyways. There's a huge difference.
And when we changed our perspective on social media, that's when the floodgates really opened. We grew like crazy. And we began using social media to create the perception and reputation we wanted in our community as the eye experts, the go-to place to be. And the numbers didn't lie.
Yeah.
In 2 years, I took the practice's Facebook from 1,000 followers to 14,000 followers in just 2 years. And that generated over $2 million in annual revenue for cash pay services. So we knew we were doing something right. It was really resonating with the people on social media and creating a reputation that was unmatched.
We were working with a practice just the other day, and they were kind of neglecting their social media, really in hot pursuit of online reviews. And they already had great online reviews. The average consumer wants to see over 4.3 stars, and they were, I think, a 4.8. They were doing really well. Obviously, you want to see what your competitors are doing as well. You want to make sure you're not being left behind. But they were in good shape with their reviews, but they were still really obsessing over them and neglecting social media, which we get, we understand. A really good way to illustrate the importance of social media in this reputation management piece and in getting patients in the door is kind of looking at it as having a billboard on Main Street or a destination island. Which would you pick? Obviously, you would pick Main Street. That's where people are. If you're wanting to reach more people, you want your billboard to be at the busiest intersection of town or your city, wherever you are. people are not getting to your online reviews, your Google reviews, until they're at their destination. It's the destination island. So they're intentional, they're there on purpose, but now you've got this many people that you're reaching versus making sure you're building a reputation on Main Street where everybody is. They don't even know they need you yet. And you're impacting them with your brand. And so then you have the whole town talking about you and your brand versus just those people that already took the ferry to your island.
Yes. The people that took the ferry and are going to the island are intentionally scoping it out, where the people on Main Street are just going through their everyday lives, and it's very unintentional, which Main Street is social media. Online reviews is your destination island.
Yeah. We can't neglect the reviews.
No.
But if we want to grow, we have to be on Main Street. And that right now is social media.
As always, we want to leave you guys with actionable takeaways. So after today's conversation, we understand that to build a successful brand reputation for your practice, you have to be on social media, the Main Street. But we know that location is not everything.
The magic is in the messaging. So this is your takeaway, is it's not enough to just be on social media. By now, most of us are, right? If we're not, come on, catch up. But if you're there, what are you saying? That is really going to get you over the finish line. We cannot be tone deaf. We cannot be producing content that feels like ads or feels like it's not supposed to be on the platforms. If you're not a native social media user, you're not the right person to judge this. So make sure you have someone come in and evaluate your content if you're not sure, and look at it from the point of your consumer, your patient. Do you feel engaging? Are you building a good reputation, or are you really doing the opposite and creating a reputation that feels tone deaf and like it shouldn't be on social media? You gotta do it right to see the results. As always, we don't leave you hanging. We have an excellent social media assessment where we can look at it for you and help you identify your key areas of opportunity and things that might be holding you back from building that reputation that you should have online. You're great in real life. It needs to reflect that on social media. If we can help you with anything related to today's topic, use the link to schedule a free 30-minute synergy session just for new practices.
For our existing practice clients, you already know where to find us.
Now we want to hear from you. What resonated? What other topics are hot for you right now? We want to know all about it in the comments.
We're just a comment away, so if you have any questions, we personally respond to all comments and DMs. If you're not subscribed yet, make it easy on yourself to see new episodes and reference topics that are helpful by hitting the subscribe button.